My family turned their backs on me after my girlfriend accused me of resisting hugs. I didn't think a simple misunderstanding could spiral into a nightmare, but here I am, writing this while my family acts like I'm some kind of monster. Let me break it down for you. A few months ago, I started dating Emily. She's outgoing, affectionate, and loves physical touch. At first, it was refreshing. Her energy was magnetic. But over time, I noticed she had this habit of turning every little thing into a dramatic performance. I didn't think much of it until last weekend. We were at a family barbecue, my family's favorite event. Everyone was there. My parents, siblings, cousins, even my grandma. It was supposed to be a chill day. Emily, being her usual self, was trying to charm everyone. Things were fine until she started hanging on me, hugging me every 5 minutes. Now, I'm not against hugs, but there's a time and place, you know? I gently pulled away a couple of times, trying to focus on conversations with my family or just enjoy my burger. I even said, "Hey, let's save some of this for later," with a smile. I thought it was harmless. Apparently, I was wrong. The next day, my mom called me, sounding like she'd just found out I'd committed a crime. "Is it true you're resisting Emily's affection?" she asked, her tone laced with disappointment. "What? Where's this coming from?" I asked, genuinely confused. Turns out, after the barbecue, Emily pulled my mom aside and had a heart-to-heart. She told her I had issues with intimacy and that I was rejecting her love. According to her, my reluctance to hug her at the barbecue was a symptom of a deeper problem. I tried to explain the situation to my mom, but she wasn't having it. "Emily just wants to love you, and you're pushing her away. Do you know how lucky you are to have someone like her?" she said, like I was some ungrateful jerk. Then it spread. My siblings started texting me, asking if I was okay. My dad called to say he was worried about my relationship skills. Even my grandma chimed in, suggesting I see a therapist. I confronted Emily, thinking there had to be some misunderstanding. She played the victim card like a pro. "I just wanted your family to understand how hard it is for me to love someone who doesn't reciprocate," she said, tears welling up in her eyes. Reciprocate? I've been nothing but supportive and caring. I just didn't feel like being a human teddy bear during a family event. The worst part? My family took her side. They're now treating me like I'm emotionally stunted, and no matter what I say, they act like Emily is the saint who's putting up with my flaws. I feel trapped. If I break up with her, my family will think I'm a heartless jerk who can't handle love. But staying with her feels like letting her control the narrative of my life. I don't even know who to trust anymore. My own family believes a version of me that doesn't exist. Is it crazy to think this whole thing was calculated? Because the more I think about it, the more it feels like Emily wanted this to happen. Anyway, that's where I'm at. If anyone's got advice, I'm all ears. Or maybe just tell me I'm not insane, because right now, it feels like the world's gone mad. Update: the truth behind the hug incident. I wish I could say things got better after my first post, but the situation has only gotten stranger. Buckle up, because I'm about to take you on a wild ride. After weeks of being treated like a pariah, I decided to dig deeper into what was really going on. Something about Emily's behavior didn't sit right with me. The tears, the perfectly timed conversations with my family, the way she always seemed to turn things in her favor. It was all too convenient. So, I started paying attention. The first crack in the facade came when I overheard Emily on the phone. She thought I was in the shower, but I stepped out to grab a towel and caught her mid-conversation. She was talking to someone, laughing softly, saying, "It's all going according to plan. They're totally eating it up." My heart sank. I didn't confront her right away. Instead, I decided to play along, acting like everything was normal while I pieced things together. Over the next week, I noticed little things: texts she would quickly hide, whispered phone calls, and even a strange email she left open on her laptop. The email was what really sent me down the rabbit hole. It was addressed to someone named Mark and started with, "I think we're close." His family already sees me as a victim. Once they're fully on my side, we can move to the next step. Next step? What next step? I didn't recognize the email address, so I did some digging. A reverse search led me to a private Facebook profile belonging to a man who lived 2 towns over. His profile picture was of him and Emily, arm in arm, smiling. At this point, I felt like I was losing my mind. Who was this guy? Why was Emily emailing him about me? And why did my family need to be on her side? I kept quiet, but I couldn't keep the facade up for long. My breaking point came when my sister casually mentioned how Emily had told her I struggled with unresolved childhood trauma and that I'd never been in a healthy relationship before. I've never even hinted at something like that. Where was she getting this stuff? That night, I confronted Emily. I told her I knew about the emails, the phone calls, the lies. At first, she tried to deny it, but when I mentioned Mark's name, her face turned pale. She stammered, saying it wasn't what it looked like, that I was overthinking things. But her excuses didn't add up. When I pressed harder, she snapped. "You weren't supposed to figure it out this soon," she said, her voice cold. "You're ruining everything." "Figure out what?" I asked, barely keeping my voice steady. Her reply chilled me to the core. "You'll see." And then she left. Just packed a bag, walked out the door, and hasn't been back since. The aftermath has been confusing. My family refuses to believe me. They think I'm spinning some wild story to cover up my emotional issues. Emily's still in contact with them, playing the innocent victim. I've tried showing them the email, the Facebook profile, but they think I faked it all out of desperation. As for Mark, I tried reaching out to him, but his account disappeared the day after Emily left. Now I'm stuck with more questions than answers. Who is Emily, really? What was her plan? Why target me? And why does my own family seem so quick to take her side over mine? Part of me wants to just move on, but another part can't let this go. Something bigger is happening here. I can feel it. And I don't think this is the last I'll hear from Emily. If anyone's been through something like this, please tell me I'm not crazy. Because right now, it feels like the walls are closing in, and I'm the only one who sees it.